A woman shared a strange experience that began with something seemingly ordinary. As she unlocked a door inside her home, take a look. The attic hatch behind her suddenly creaked open by itself. At first, she assumed it was caused by loose hinges or shifting air, but the incident kept bothering her. Later, her landlord inspected the attic with her, expecting to find a simple explanation. Instead, they noticed unusual holes in the wooden boards and signs that the space had been disturbed. Hidden in a corner were a blanket and a pillow, suggesting someone may have been staying there unnoticed. What initially felt like a paranormal event soon turned into a much more unsettling possibility: an unknown person secretly living above her home. Recently, on March 17, 2025, a girl posted a terrifying video that quickly went viral, gaining more than 7 million views in a short time. In the footage, the girl is with a large group of friends on a trip through the mountains and forests of the Philippines. At around 5 a.m., two girls stopped for a while to take photos and ended up falling behind the rest of the group. But when they finished and started running to catch up with their friends, something terrifying appeared behind them. "Our friends are here. We need to catch up with them, because we are going to get lost. They are so far away. We're done."
Naliligaw kami, guys. Naliligaw. Wala ni mga kasama namin. Wala ni mga kasama namin. Kailangan namin silang habulin. Kasi maliligaw kami. Gagi, malayo na sila. Wala na.
As the two girls run along the path, a strange black figure can be seen directly behind them that appears to chase them for several moments. Then, just as suddenly as it appeared, the figure disappears. When the footage is slowed down and viewed more clearly, the shape looks completely black, almost semi-transparent, and has no visible features. No face, no clothing, no clear body detail. Just the dark figure moving behind them in the early morning light.
Naliligaw. Wala ni mga kasama namin. Wala ni mga kasama namin. Kailangan namin silang habulin.
The girl says that she and her friend were completely alone at that moment. She also says they did not notice the figure while they were running, and only saw it later after watching the video back. To this day, they have no idea who or what was behind them. So what do you think? Was it a real person chasing them through the forest? Or did they capture something paranormal moving through the mountains of the Philippines?
Naliligaw kami, guys. Naliligaw. Wala ni mga kasama namin. Wala ni mga kasama namin. Kailangan namin silang habulin.
A man in Indonesia was heading home after a long day at work when he decided to take a shortcut through a cemetery that was a route he had taken many times before. But on this night, the graveyard felt different. As he walked between the graves, he began to feel like something was following him. The feeling grew stronger with every step. Unsettled, he pulled out his phone and started recording. And what he captured is truly disturbing.
Satu, dua, Sarama! Anjing! Mana ơi? Tukangan. Buah-buah ơi, anh serop ka hanap ơi. Ya, nyumput di dia dia. Nyumput di luhur. Di luhur mah tangkal awi.
Suddenly, a strange figure appears directly in front of him, blocking his path. At first, the man seems to think it is just another person standing in the cemetery. So he keeps walking toward it. But then as he gets closer, the most chilling part of the footage happens. The figure appears to vanish right as he passes through the spot where it was standing. Terrified, the man runs home. Later, after looking into the history of the cemetery, He reportedly found stories from local residents who claimed to have seen the spirit of a woman wandering the grounds alone at night. For him, there was no doubt that he had encountered something that no longer belonged to the living world. But what do you think? Was this just an illusion caused by darkness, distance, and perspective? Or did this man truly come face to face with something paranormal that night?
Wah. Sarama. Anjing.
TikTok user VecT had just started working the evening shift at a local liquor store. One quiet night, VecT heard what sounded like a faint whisper right behind him. Confused, he grabbed his phone and started recording. Take a look.
I'm here at work, and I'm 100% sure I'm hearing my voice right now. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? What is that? Freaking out right now because I'm the only one in the store. It sounded like it was right behind me. Yo, I hear it. Please tell me you guys hear this. And do you hear that?
Even though no one else was inside the store, doors would slowly creak open on their own, and bottles sometimes fell from the shelves without any clear reason. At first, VecT believed there had to be a logical explanation. Maybe it was the air pressure or old hinges, but the activity only grew more intense. One night, loud banging came from the back storage room as if someone was trapped inside.
Okay, guys, so I'm hearing like noises coming from this back room. Oh my goodness, bro, it's happening again. All right, I'm gonna go and look. As you can see, nobody's back here. Nobody's behind the door. Nobody just came up behind me. Like,
when he nervously checked, the room was completely empty. The most terrifying moment happened when a cooler door suddenly swung open by itself.
come on, man. Oh, I'm not playing. Oh my god, what the f is this? There's nobody in the store, dude. It's freaking me out, bro. It's freaking me out, bro. Come on, where you at? Like, come on. Bro, you gonna sit here and show yourself in front of me.
Then VecT briefly saw a dark shadow move quickly out of sight. His coworkers later admitted the store had always been rumored to be haunted. Whether spirits or something else, VecT was no longer a skeptic. On June 3, 2026, a woman named Eleanor captured something on her CCTV camera that she still cannot explain. Eleanor lives with her husband in a farmhouse located in a secluded area, far away from nearby homes or busy roads. Most nights are quiet there. But on this particular night, that silence was suddenly broken. Out of nowhere, Eleanor heard a loud bang outside the house. Her husband immediately went outside to check what caused it. But when Eleanor reviewed the security camera footage afterward, she noticed something strange near the trees. Take a look. At the top of one of the trees, a strange glowing object can be seen moving in the darkness. Whatever it is, it almost blends into the branches. But if you watch closely, it appears to hide behind the tree right as Eleanor's husband steps outside to inspect the noise. Her husband says he did not see or hear anything unusual while he was outside. But after watching the footage, Eleanor and her family were left with more questions than answers. So what exactly was that thing in the tree? Was it some kind of unexplained light? A strange creature? Or something paranormal watching from the darkness? And could it have been responsible for the sudden bang outside their home? Let me know what you think in the comments. A man claims he had recently started hearing strange noises inside his home, that he also says he began seeing objects move on their own. But when he told people about it, no one believed him. So he decided to start recording whenever something strange happened. One day, while he was home alone, he heard a strange noise coming from his bedroom. He grabbed his phone, started filming, and went to investigate. But what happened next was terrifying.
Whoa, what the Man, this is too freaky. Way too freaky.
Suddenly, objects inside the room begin moving on their own. But the most horrifying moment happens when the man turns toward the TV. Behind him, a strange creature-like figure appears, slowly moving in the background. The man quickly turns around. But there is nothing there. No person. No creature. No explanation. After this, the man becomes convinced that his house is haunted. So what do you think? Was this real paranormal activity caught on camera? Or is there something else going on inside that home?
Whoa, what the
While working a shift inside a warehouse, a man named Jay noticed something strange from the corner of his eye. It was only a quick glimpse, but it was enough to make him stop and look twice. Feeling uneasy, Jay pulled out his phone and began recording, hoping to capture whatever he had just seen. At first, nothing unusual happened. But then it happened again, and this time, it happened right in front of the camera. In the footage, a man can be seen walking out through an open doorway. At first, there is nothing strange about it, but moments later, the same man appears to return. And as he steps back through the doorway, his body seems to fade away. The farther he walks inside, the more he appears to disappear, almost like he is vanishing from reality itself. The strange footage immediately leaves Jay confused. He looks around the warehouse in disbelief, almost as if he is wondering whether anyone else just saw what he saw. After watching the video multiple times, Jay still cannot explain it. Some viewers think it could be an optical illusion caused by the lighting and camera angle. Others believe it looks like a glitch in the Matrix. And of course, some think this may be something paranormal. Maybe even a ghost caught on camera. But what do you think? Was it just a trick of the light? Or did Jay record something that should not have been there? His next clip was recorded inside what looks like an old cabin or shed late at night, that a single light shines through the darkness, just enough to reveal a worn wooden door with peeling paint. The person holding the phone does not seem to be searching for anything paranormal. But then, something near the top of the door frame catches their attention, and it is enough to make anyone uncomfortable. From behind the wall, a thick moving mass begins to appear. It is a swarm of harvestmen, thin-legged arachnids often called daddy long legs. Hundreds of them crawl over each other, forming a living, shifting carpet across the top of the doorway. And if you keep watching, one of them eventually drops down before disappearing back into the swarm. Now, some viewers say this is completely natural behavior. These creatures sometimes gather together in sheltered areas, especially in dark, quiet places, but others find the timing and location unsettling. In certain folk beliefs, a sudden gathering of creatures inside a home can be seen as a sign that something has drawn them there. So maybe this was just nature doing what nature does, or maybe something inside that cabin was attracting more than just insects. In this next creepy video, two men are exploring what appears to be an abandoned building at night. The room they enter looks old and decayed, with dirty pale walls and a pair of worn green double doors that barely seem to be holding together. The man standing on camera had just told the person filming that he saw someone inside the room. That alone was enough to make the moment feel tense. He reaches toward the doorway, touches a thin wire stretched across the entrance, then slowly pushes one of the doors open to look inside the darkness.
मैंने अभी यहाँ किसी को देखा है इसमें ये क्या हो रहा है ये अपने आप कैसे हो रहा है देखते हैं अंदर से कुछ यहाँ से इन नियमों में हमें यहाँ रहना चाहिए, हमें चलना चाहिए यहाँ से.
जाल में देख, इधर से देख.
The second his hand gets close to the door, it suddenly slams shut with violent force. That it happens fast, far too fast to feel like a gentle draft or a loose hinge. The man immediately jumps back, shocked, asking how the door could have closed by itself. Then he presses his hand to his chest, clearly shaken. That a few moments later, strange sounds begin coming from behind the closed doors. And that is when he tells the cameraman they need to leave.
ये क्या हो रहा है? ये क्या हो रहा है? ये क्या हो रहा है?
Some viewers believe the door may have slammed because of wind, a draft, or a broken hinge. But when you watch the speed and force of that movement, that explanation becomes harder to accept. Others believe something inside the abandoned building was warning them not to go any farther. So, what do you think was behind those doors? Was it just an old building reacting to the air? Or did they almost walk into something they were not supposed to see? Joey Chelney and his family had only been living in their new apartment for 6 months when strange things began to happen. At first, it was small, doors creaking open on their own, cabinets shutting when no one was near. But soon, the activity became impossible to ignore. One afternoon, while feeding the family cats, Joey heard music coming from his son's bedroom. That a toy piano was playing by itself. Confused, he began recording. Take a look.
So me and my wife have been living in this apartment for about 6 months now. For the past 2 weeks, some weird things have been happening in our son's room. So I wasn't gonna record, but I actually came here to feed the cats. We have 2 cats. So I came over to feed them, and I noticed that in his room, my son's room back here, there's one of my cats, I can hear his toy being played. And it was not on before. It is playing right now. And I don't know why it's playing right now. I didn't leave it on. But even if I did leave it on, like, I'll turn it off. Even if I did turn it on, it wouldn't automatically play. You'd have to, even if I brush over the keys, it doesn't really go. So you'd have to really press the button and make it go. And it was not on, and it turned on, and I could hear it. And that's why I started recording. And now that I'm looking around, I was like, there's stuff knocked over, there's plants knocked over, there's fake plants knocked over. There's books on the ground. The wipes are on the floor. I don't know what is going on. And there is no one here. I am here by myself. There's nothing here. Did you see that? Am I insane? Am I insane? Someone just walked by the window. And I will go out there and show you that no one is here. This door is locked. This is the door you're just looking at. This door is locked. There's nothing out here. Nothing out here. There's a closet door. This is also locked. I don't think we've ever opened that door. It's always been locked. Just the weirdest things are happening. Weirdest things are happening.
A dark shadow passed slowly across the balcony window, even though the apartment was 12 feet off the ground and completely enclosed. Later that evening, Joey received a motion alert from the nanny cam. His heart sank as he opened the live footage.
Look really close. And then the hamper, or maybe the hamper falls over. Like, what is going on? No one's there. What is happening?
In the corner of the room, the rocking chair slowly started to move. It wasn't a sudden push, but a gentle, steady, as if someone unseen was sitting in it. Then, without warning, the baby wipes, sitting neatly on the dresser, suddenly slid forward and flew off onto the floor. The wipes scattered across the carpet, like they had been thrown by an invisible hand. After that night, Joey knew they couldn't stay there any longer. A man named Kenneth from Oklahoma recently turned to TikTok to share what he believes may be a haunting inside his apartment. According to Kenneth, he often feels a dark presence nearby, something he believes could be the spirit of a child. His dog also reacts to things Kenneth cannot see, suddenly becoming scared for no clear reason. Kenneth claims he has seen objects move on their own more than once, and after dealing with the strange activity for a while, he finally decided to start recording whenever something unusual happened. And so far, what he has captured is not easy to explain.
I swear to God, that thing is moving. Watch that, babe. Is that moving? Ooh! Holy shit.
While sitting in his living room, Kenneth noticed something strange from the corner of his spray bottle sitting on the table appeared to shift slightly. At first, it was subtle, but when Kenneth focused his camera on it, the bottle began sliding across the table by itself, slowly inching closer and closer to the edge. Then, without warning, it suddenly shoots forward and crashes to the floor. The way it moves does not look natural. It does not look like it simply slipped, and in the days that followed, the activity inside Kenneth's apartment only became stranger.
Yeah, it's definitely moving.
Even more mysterious.
Come on, focus.
None of Jessica's other cameras take the figure up.
My camera usually catches anybody walking in and
I
out.
even got something down there.
The camera over the door did not catch anywhere.
That's not Jim,
at all.
eh?
Now the camera in the backyard.
Yeah, it is. I need the light.
Pick up anything either.
And as for any other cameras in the area,
The hell?
The neighbor from right across the street. I
mean, look at that.
through her videos and nothing showed up.
It's super weird, but also intriguing and compelling to me.
Oh.
Other security
Oh.
One night, while lying in bed, Kenneth noticed his bedroom door moving slightly. He grabbed his phone and started recording. Moments later, the door slowly began to swing shut. But here is the strange part. Kenneth had placed an object in front of the door to stop it from moving. The door should not have been able to close like that. Still, it pushed forward until it pressed against the object. Kenneth still does not know what is happening inside his apartment. But at this point, it might be time to buy some sage, grab some holy water, or maybe skip straight to calling someone who knows how to handle a serious haunting. A man started noticing a strange smell coming from beneath his basement, so he decided to investigate and find out what was really going on. When he went down to check, this is what happened. Have a look.
Just to show you, honestly. It's a train wreck down here. When they decided that wasn't it, they opened up the wall here and didn't find any dead animals, but they did find that, and that's not even the weirdest part. It's your fucking teeth, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just tripping out or...
He discovered several old objects hidden away, along with what appeared to be some kind of teeth lying there. Sometime later, the man noticed that his dog had been staring toward the basement for quite a while, and then something unusual was caught on camera.
He's been doing this weird shit all day. What's wrong, Joe? There's nothing in there for you, buddy. Come on. Joe. Come on.
A glass cup began moving on its own, but at the time, he didn't notice it. The following night, before going to sleep, he set up a camera, and what happened next was truly unsettling. A book sitting on the shelf suddenly flew off violently, as if an invisible force had thrown it to the floor. The next morning, even more strange activity occurred in the same spot. Take a look. In the reflection of the TV, a dark shadow can be clearly seen. When he turned around to look, it had completely vanished. After seeing this, what do you think? If you were in his place, what would you do? Let me know in the comments. This next video dates back to 2012 and was recorded by a man during a tourist trip to an old castle hidden in the mountains of France. He was exploring the castle with other visitors and filming the surroundings, likely just trying to capture memories from the trip. But while recording inside the old castle, his camera accidentally captured something frightening, something no one seemed to notice at the time. Let's watch the footage. Suddenly, a tall, semi-transparent figure appears in the shot. It looks almost like the shape of a large man standing there. Then, within moments, it vanishes in the blink of an eye, as if it had never been there at all. None of the people inside the castle seemed to react to the figure while it was happening. It was only later, when the man reviewed the footage from his trip, that he noticed the strange entity. So what do you think? Was this a real ghost captured inside an old French castle, or is there another explanation for what appeared in the video? On March 1st, a woman named Rachel and her husband Rocky moved into a new house with their 2 kids. At first, everything seemed normal, but not long after settling in, strange things began happening around the home. Rachel says they started hearing unexplained bumps, knocks, and sounds coming from different rooms. Then, almost every morning, she would walk into the kitchen and find one of the cabinets wide open, even though she knew they had all been closed the night before. At first, it was easy to question whether someone had simply forgotten. But after it kept happening, Rachel decided to start recording the strange activity inside the house. And instead of finding a normal explanation, things only became more disturbing.
What is that?
Rocky! Rocky! Rocky!
What?
The chair. The chair was moving. Do you see it?
Again?
What do you mean again?
What happened yesterday, too?
I'm not watching. I'm not watching. It's always cold. It's always cold in here. I'm not watching. I'm not doing it. Nope, we're done. You can just hide with me under the blanket. It'll be fine.
One day, while sitting in the living room, Rachel noticed a small rocking chair moving on its own. It was slowly rocking back and forth, almost as if someone invisible was sitting in it. According to Rocky, this was not the first time the little chair had moved by itself. A few weeks later, Rachel was home alone, when she suddenly felt like someone was watching her. The feeling became so strong that she rushed upstairs, trying to get away from it. But the uneasy feeling did not leave. She started recording, and without realizing it, she captured something chilling.
So I smell something that smells like burnt cotton candy. And this is the first time I've actually felt like I've been followed up the stairs. Nope.
As Rachel stepped away from the stairs, a strange whistle suddenly echoed from somewhere nearby. What makes this even creepier is that Rachel says she never heard the whistle in the moment. Even though it is clear in the recording, she had no idea it happened until she watched the footage back later, and the timing is what makes it so unsettling. The whistle happens right as Rachel begins walking away, almost as if something unseen was trying to get her attention, or maybe trying to call her back. 2 weeks later, Rachel was sitting alone in the living room when a sudden loud bang came from the kitchen. The sound instantly made her stomach drop. Why now? That noise had become familiar, and Rachel had a feeling she already knew what she was about to find. So she grabbed her phone and started recording. What happened next is difficult to explain.
I heard a noise from the kitchen, and I came into the kitchen, and I noticed 2 of the cabinets open. I gotta get Rocky. Rocky! Rocky! Come here, hurry.
What?
Hurry, come here! I was sitting right here, watching La Brea, sitting in the chair, and I heard... Rocket, listen to me! I was sitting in the chair, watching La Brea, and I heard noises from the kitchen, and look. No, look! When I was just in here and there were only 2 cabinets open.
Come on.
No. See, I will show you the video. I literally took the video. I was in here. There were only 2 open.
Well, you dropped the F-bomb, so you must be serious.
Rachel walks into the kitchen and sees that 2 cabinet doors have opened on their own. Shaken, she quickly calls for Rocky and rushes to show him what happened. But by the time they both return to the kitchen, the situation has become even stranger. Nearly every cabinet door is now wide open. Out of everything Rachel has recorded so far, this seems to be the most intense paranormal activity in the house. Thankfully, whatever is causing these disturbances does not appear to be violent, at least, not yet. A small rocking chair moving on its own, a mysterious whistle in the hallway, and cabinets opening by themselves may not be the darkest haunting ever recorded. But still, imagine walking into your kitchen at night and seeing every cabinet hanging open. Because honestly, if that happened to me, I would not be checking the cameras. I would already be outside, halfway down the street.
No, look. When I was just in here and there were only 2 cabinets open.
A night security guard named Fernando was patrolling an old train storage yard with 2 coworkers when something unsettling appeared on camera. A motionless figure seemed to be standing behind one of the windows, silently watching him. None of the guards noticed it at the time, and the area was supposed to be completely empty. After reviewing the footage later, they were shocked to discover the mysterious presence staring out from inside the abandoned carriage, leaving many viewers wondering who or what was watching them.